guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jenny. In today's video, I'm gonna be trying out for the first time the new Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. She's right here, and I'm gonna be creating this eye makeup look for you guys in this video. So if you want to see how this palette worked out for me and my thoughts on it, some swatches, then let's get right into the video. So there she is. This is the new Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. It comes in this beautiful blue sleeve, and once you get it out, it reveals this beautiful eyeshadow palette. It's called Rustic Glam, and I have to just tell you that I love the packaging. I saw it online. More than anything, I saw it in Instagram, let's be real, and I loved it. I think the color just called my name. I love the design. Are you ready to see the inside? This is what the palette looks like inside, and I love it, you guys. I love the colors. I don't have anything like this in my collection, and that's the reason why I wanted to pick it up. I don't know, these blue shadows really call my name, and I love that you get some bronze shades and some colorful eyeshadows. So I don't know, it really called my name, so I knew that I wanted to get it. This one you can get it at Sephora already, and also at dominiquecosmetics.com, and it comes with 12 eyeshadows, as you can see. And just to give you a size comparison, this one is actually a little bit bigger. I have my original latte palette, which I love, and the rustic palette is a little bit longer, as you can see. So there is the Rustic Glam palette underneath and the latte palette on top. So it's a little bit longer because the original palette actually came with 10 eyeshadows, and I believe this one comes with 12 eyeshadows. So it's a slightly bigger, and I did not pick up her last palette, which was the Berries and Cream. I don't know, the colors didn't really call my name, but this one I really wanted to try it out. I created this eye makeup look that you see me wearing right now using the Rustic Glam palette, which you will see in a second. And spoiler alert, well, I love the way it came out, but I did run into some issues, which you will see in a second. But before we get into the try on and tutorial portion of the video, let me just show you some swatches just so that you can get an idea of what the colors look like. But as always, I remind you that swatches don't necessarily tell you the way an eyeshadow will perform. So I just wanted to always remind you of that. But let me go ahead and show you the swatches, and then we're gonna get into the eye look. Alright, so let's just get started. I really don't have any specific idea of what kind of look I want to do. I mean, I do know what colors I want to use, so let's just start and see where it goes. I'm going to start by using the shade Fringe, which is this muted bone color. Oops, focus, there you go. I want to use that one all over the eyelid. I'm afraid that it will be pretty similar to my skin color, yes. It barely even shows up, but I just want to use this to set my concealer that I just applied to prime my eyelids, just so that the other shadows that I apply blend out a little bit more smooth. Okay, so now we're gonna take a risk right here, and we'll see how this one works out. I want to go into that blue shadow called Evil Eye, and let's just see how it works. I might regret this decision, but let's just test it and see how it works out. And oh my goodness, I just want to show you the pigment on my brush, because that's how pigmented this eyeshadow is. I'm just afraid how it will apply, but let me just stamp it along my crease. Okay, let me close my eyelid so that it really gets into the crease. I'm thinking I'm gonna cut my crease after, so I'm not being that particular in the way how this will apply on the bottom part of the eyelid. We're gonna blend this out right now, and I'm just grabbing a blending brush You can see right away that you lose some of the pigment once you start blending it out, and that tends to happen quite often with really deep matte shadows like this one. So I'm not that surprised. It applies really beautiful. You can see the pigment on the eyeshadow, it's there. Let me just slightly blend the edges. I almost feel like the more you blend it, the more you lose the pigment. So I'm gonna have to pack some more. Because I really wanted to show like this blue. I'm grabbing a smaller blending brush, and this one is completely clean. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the Desert Queen shade right here. It's almost like a orange brown. And I'm gonna use this shade to slightly diffuse the edges. I'm going back into the blue. I just hate that you lose a lot of the pigment. The more you blend it, the more you lose. I'm gonna use my Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer by Too Faced to cut my crease. Damn, that's a really nice cut crease. So now that I cut my crease, I want to use this Bohemian eyeshadow on the center of the lid. It's a beautiful bronze color. I think it's gonna complement the blue color really nicely. And I'm first gonna go in with my finger. You know it by now, that's just the way I like to apply eyeshadows. And then I'll grab a brush just to work towards the edges of the cut crease. Okay, this color is beautiful. I am really loving how this bronze shade looks against that blue one, which by the way, is it just me or it turned more into a teal color and it doesn't look as blue anymore? I don't know why. It might be because it's next to the Bohemian color, but to me it changed. It doesn't really look how it does in the pan. Right? It looks more teal than blue. But it might be just because once it got blended into the Desert Queen shadow, it changed. But either way, I'm rolling with it. I really like the combo. Let's do a wing liner and then we can move on to the face and also the lower lash line. Alright, so we got one eyeliner down. Let's apply some falsies because you just have to with this makeup look. And I wanted to show you the lashes that I'll be using today. These are by the brand Golden Dream Beauty in the style Hottie. These are beautiful lashes, and if you're not familiar with this brand, this is actually a new beauty brand that was just created by Idalace. She's a beautiful Latina beauty influencer, and of course I wanted to support her brand, so I got a couple of lashes. Alright, so lashes are on. Let me do the other eye magically in a couple of seconds, and also my face, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and did my other eye and my face makeup as you can see, and all we have left to do is the lower lash line on this eye. So let's grab our Rustic Glam palette one more time, and I'm just gonna use the same shades that I used in the crease. So I'm gonna use first Desert Queen and also the blue one, Evil Eye. And I'm using my Morphe M410. I love using this little brush for the lower lash line because it just really gets in there. And now right on top of that, I'm using the Evil Eye, the blue shadow. I still can't believe how much the color changes. You can see right here how when you first apply it, it looks very blue, just as it does in the pan. But then once you start blending it out, I swear, it changes into a teal color. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I feel like I want it to look like this blue the entire time, even after blending. So I'm just a little bit disappointed in that, but let me just save my final thoughts for the end. So I just grab a small blending brush to make sure that there are no hard edges on the bottom. Next, I'm just grabbing my Sigma Lawn Wear eyeliner pencil in the color Wicked. This is just a standard black eyeliner pencil. And I'm just gonna line my waterline. To finally complete the eye look, I'm gonna use my Dose of Colors Desi X Katie highlighter in the color Chasing the Sun. This is, I believe, the darkest one from the collection. This is what it looks like. So beautiful. I just feel like it's gonna complement the eye look perfectly. And this is the same highlight, by the way, that I use on my face. And now I'm just gonna use it on the inner corner. And I'm also gonna close this little gap that I have on my inner corner all the way to where the blue stars on the lower lash line. Alright, so this is the eye look completed. Let me go ahead and put on a lipstick off camera and I will be right back with my final thoughts. Alright, let's do this. So let me just start off by saying what I think of the palette, packaging, and just the whole aesthetic and theme. I absolutely love the color of the palette and the design, the theme. I think it's so beautiful. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I think the palette packaging is so unique. You can actually feel the texture in the palette. I love the color. I love the gold fonts on it, and I love the name and theme. And when you open it, the colors are so beautiful. I find that I don't have anything like this in my collection, and those colors are so unique. I already have a lot of those brown and bronze colors, so I could have been okay without those. But if you just pick this eyeshadow palette, you have options to do a neutral look, and you also have options to do more colorful looks, which I really like. I love these two green shades, and also that you get, oops, right here, that you get this purple and pink shadows. This is more like a magenta purple color, and I don't know, I just really love the colors in this palette. I think the color scheme is beautiful, and the swatches actually are really nice. I think that they are very pigmented from what I gather. Obviously, I didn't use all of the colors in the palette, so just based on my first impression and try on this palette today, the shades that I use, this one worked out perfectly. This one, I mean, the one on the lid is gorgeous. Just look at it. It speaks on its own. So I really loved it. Now, the only shade that really disappointed me was this one. It looks so beautiful in the palette, and I was just disappointed that, just look at it. Okay, look at it in the pan and look at my eye crease. Does it look like the same color to you? To me, it turned out more teal in my eyes, and it looks more bluish on the pan. And it might also be because I obviously blended in a little bit of Desert Queen, which can potentially change the color of the eyeshadow. But even then, blending the blue shadow alone, I felt that I was just packing on the color and it looked great, right, upon first application. But once I started blending it out, I lost a lot of the pigment, so I kept going back and applying more and more, and then the more you blend it out, the more the color disappears. So I'm not sure if it's the formula is supposed to work that way, but it does make it a little bit difficult to work with. I think the look came out so beautiful. I am obsessed with how my eye makeup look came out. It's just that it did not work out as I expected it to work out. I guess I was expecting the blue to look like it does on the palette on my eyes. So that's just one thing to note. I think the other colors are honestly so stunning. I have to play around more with the palette. So this is kind of like a first impression, just because I feel like I need to test out the other mattes. Do I still like the palette? Hell yes. I love it. I love the colors. Do I think it's worth it? I think it is, because I have tried other more established makeup brands, and their shadows are not that great, honestly. And I think this is a relatively new makeup brand, and I think she's doing amazing so far. So I still love the palette. I'm just giving you the warning that that blue, it's just difficult to work with, and yeah, it's not gonna come out as blue as it does on the pen. I think at the end it's gonna be a matter of preference whether you like these colors in the palette, and if you want to pick it up. More than anything, I wanted it to be like a first impression, obviously, just so that you can see my experience if you were planning to pick this up. I love the palette. I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the palette. I hope that you found this video helpful and that at least you enjoyed the makeup tutorial, because I am obsessed with this eye makeup look. I think it's so stunning, very different. It's, I don't know, like I feel like it's a little bit neutral, but at the same time bronze, and you get the pop of color. So I think I love it. I love it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done that already, and turn on your post notifications so that YouTube lets you know when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.